What's up, guys? This is Mike Loris with the next set from the Premier League Season 4. Slowly starting to catch up, but at the same time, slowly falling behind. So, we are in a horrible treadmill of games being played and me trying to run through them. But this is going to be the next set. It's going to be between Rox.Kis on the Radiant and VP on the Dire. And VP opening up with kind of a weird strategy. They have banned out the Lone Druid as one of their bans instead of going for something a little bit more mainstream like the Keeper of the Light or the Batrider. And right now, Batrider has already been picked up by Rox.Kis, and the Keeper of the Light is still open. VP instead opting to go for the Lifestealer and Puck. Puck, of course, is a hero that is seeing so much play as of late that it's starting to get to the point where you would kind of want to ban that hero out in the first round. Like, every single Puck player nowadays is just so incredibly powerful, and they're all just really good Puck players. It's rare to see Puck lose the lane, and even if they do lose the lane, they recover and then come back and really make you regret ever letting the other team pick Puck. But is it more powerful than the Keeper of the Light and giving up the Batrider and Keeper of the Light? I don't know. It's going to mean that VP are going to be up against two, S+ tier heroes. And, well, there you go. Rox.Kis not going to waste any time picking up that Keeper of the Light. Sometimes you see Keeper getting skipped all the way through to the second ban phase, but in one way or another, Keeper of the Light is involved in this screen. Whether he is in the picks or the bans, he's going to be there. And it's going to be a Keeper of the Light Gyrocopter. So Rox.Kis are setting up for a large amount of AoE damage. They also have their carry as well as support lined up. Batrider probably going to go to the off lanes, the role that we've been seeing Batrider more and more often. However, you could actually dominate a Puck in the mid lane if you are the Batrider. It's not too hard. The Puck will, of course, have the phase shift, so that if you actually want to go for a kill, it could be a little bit difficult, but Batrider should have a pretty easy time there if Rox.Kis want to lane it as such. But they're setting up for a pretty good aggressive tri lane, so they also do have that option open to them. And speaking of things that are open, VP, they have the Lifestealer. That was the worst transition ever. Just saying, guys, that transition was like C-, D+ level. But open wounds into a Leshrac, pretty solid combination for VP. Would be a very, very offensive lane if they could get another hero. They probably would want to get something like a Shadow Demon. Would be a pretty good setup, a secondary setup. You could disrupt them, split the earth underneath them, and then just go to town with the Lifestealer open wounds to follow up. And that would be a pretty sick tri lane. It also could be a very good roaming combination. But so far, VP have a support, have a carry, as well as a mid lane, very similar to what the Rox.Kis side has picked up thus far. So let's take a look at some of the bans that are happening right now. Rubik is one of the key bans that Rox.Kis is going to make, as well as the mag. I do think Puck would have gone to the mid lane regardless of whether or not the mag was available, but still don't want to deal with that RP, especially when combined with that Lifestealer. But the Rubik is one of the best support heroes to have with a Leshrac as well as a Lifestealer, just because unlike a Shadow Demon, you could attack them when they're being telekinesed. So you could lift them up, split their earth, and even though they're being lifted up into the air, they still do take damage from split earth. I don't know how that makes sense, guys. I have no idea, but it is definitely a thing. And then Lifestealer all the while is just going to town. Bans from VP going to include some of the hard lane heroes, Nature's Prophet, as well as that Clockwork, trying to get rid of more of Rox.Kis' initiation. They don't want them to have all too much. They already do have a pretty decent global presence with the Keeper of the Light, as well as a Batrider, who will have that long range initiation once he gets his Blink Dagger up. It's actually going to be Rox.Kis that picks up the Shadow Demon, and that is a pretty sick combination from them. They have to set up for the Gyrocopter, which means that VP will have a little bit of time to get into a position if they want to try to play defensively or just try to take it to them while their friendly is being disrupted. But Shadow Demon to set up for a Gyrocopter, that is an absolutely devastating what? Mirana? That isn't okay. Well, Shadow Demon, Gyrocopter, and Keeper is a devastating combination because you set up for pretty much a perfect amount of time if you are going to channel level 1 Illuminate, 2 seconds channel time, and then you have 2.5 second banish. So very easy to set up that level 1 and level 2 Illuminate with a Shadow Demon and then Gyrocopter with a Rocket Barrage. We're going to see a Mirana pick from VP. Last time I saw Mirana it's been like, oh man, it's been a long time. Mirana was popular during TI 1, and that's because there really weren't many good carry heroes in that time. We'd see a lot of Mirana, see a lot of Doombringer. I think Viper even got some play, which makes me happy, but that was a very long time ago. Mirana is a hero that is a very, very mid-game oriented hero. You can carry with her if you absolutely crush the mid-game, but that rarely happens. The arrow is incredibly difficult to land. That is, I believe, one of the main reasons that holds Mirana back. If the arrow was faster, or if it was like, yeah, if it was faster, I guess that would fix a lot of Mirana's problems, because if you see it coming, or even if you don't see it coming, if you see it like within your regular vision range, you'll see it coming, and then you'll be able to move out of the way like 100% of the time. It's so easy to dodge, and then that's a lot of mana that the Mirana can't really afford. And of course, it is a large chunk of her damage output. But what Mirana does offer is that a good amount of magic damage. She's a hero that scales into the late game, as well as that does have an early game presence, kind of similar to the Gyrocopter, which, in my opinion, Gyrocopter pretty much outshines the Mirana in every single respect. But who knows? Who knows? Mirana might see we might see an offlane Mirana. I believe that's how they used to run it in TI2. She will not be having the best of times. Unfortunately, there's really nothing that she could do about that. But she is a pretty slippery hero with that leap. Not the hugest of blink ranges on that one. Like among blink spells, like Puck has a whole much larger one. And VP going to go with the Outworld Destroyer as their final pick. This is going to be interesting. This is going to be very, very interesting. Now, what they do have is a lot of scaling late game damage. Mirana probably not going to get all that much farm, and by all that much, I mean probably going to get 0 farm, since we do see KSI playing that hero. So it's going to be a heavy roaming strategy from VP. I assume they're going to have one hero on each lane, Lifestealer, Puck, and Outworld, and then have a roaming KSI and NS, and try to set up some early game kills. Now, it sounds like a good idea, like on paper, like, hey, yeah, you get that a lot of stun duration, but the only problem is that Arrow is really hard to land, and Split Earth is pretty hard to land, and, well, I guess they could get a little bit of setup with that the Astral Imprisonment from the OD. Maybe Puck could have a little bit of setup if he gets to level 6, and you have the open wounds as well. But VP's lineup is pretty risky. It's incredibly greedy, first of all. Like, Leshrac is a quote-unquote support hero, but, you know, the other secondary support hero is by no means what many people would call a support hero. It's a semi-carry, and, like, if you ask someone, hey, what is an example of a semi-carry, usually they would say something like Mirana. Or maybe not so much these days, but that is something that people used to say. I promise you that people used to call Mirana a semi-carry all the time. Let's go for Juggernaut and Frostivus. Very good. Alright, so let's go over who is going to be playing on this VP side. We have NS playing the chief support role as that Leshrac. KSI is going to be playing that the support role with air quotation marks on that Mirana. I expect to see level 1 arrow and then a good amount of roaming. I guess if she could get the angle right, the open wounds into Split Earth is more than enough time for KSI to land an arrow. Right? it should be. I guess. I don't know. Illidan is going to be playing the Outworld Destroyer. I am not sure what is going on with these two, so we will check up on those a little bit later. I'm assuming it's... what is it, Ars Art and Crazy? I don't know. Well, we'll see. Biz is going to be playing the Gyrocopter. Yol is going to be playing the Keeper's Light support. Solo heading up towards the top lane as the Batrider. Vangscore. Oh man, I do not remember. Who is this? Who is... No, get out. We're going to see some level 1 aggression possibly. Give me all these. Which one did I do? Was it this one? Okay, here we go. Gonna research it a little bit. Dread is going to be playing the solo easy lane Enigma. Not gonna go to the jungle. Just gonna rush the Soul Ring and should have an easy time on the spot lane. He's gonna be going up against KSI actually. And is this a jungling Lifestealer? He doesn't have a Quelling Blade. We'll take a look at it. I kind of want to just look at who's who right now. Okay, Ars Art is the last one. So this guy is Ars Art, the Lifestealer. This guy, want to make sure that he is who I think he is. It is Crazy playing that Puck. I don't know why VP would lane anyone else on that Puck. And then the last one, what was it? Vangscore? It is...
The battle begins.
Yeah, okay. Well, I don't know why I thought otherwise, but that's definitely a thing. Ars Art is going to be playing that Lifestealer, and NS is on the Leshrac. They definitely want Illidan to have that hard carry role. I mean, it's an OD. You can't really do much else than that. But we're going to see a little bit of rotation, perhaps. Okay, they want to have a tri-lane with the Lifestealer, Mirana, and the Leshrac, which is exactly what I thought. They know that the Enigma is on this bottom lane solo, and really the OD can do very well against that. Astral Imprisonment is going to hurt the Enigma a good deal. The Soul Ring doesn't really care once about the intelligence level, since you will have that chunk of mana regardless of how much intelligence you have total. But yeah, this bottom lane should be relatively even. If Dread gets a good stun with a whole bunch of the Eidolons up, then the Outworld Destroyer might be in a little bit of trouble, but other than that, OD should be perfectly fine. You might even see him pick up an early point in Arcane Orb to get that extra damage versus the summoned units. That it doesn't do, what is it, plus 100 at level 1? Yeah, plus 100 at level 1, but that is 2 hits and it'll kill the Eidolons. Might be worth it for him to get that, but of course, I miss First Blood while I'm talking about Eidolons. Let's go ahead and back this up just a little bit. You see Crazy with 3 stacks of tar on him, taking some pretty heavy hits from solo. Wow, 8 stacks on this one, what the hell? Oh, he's gonna throw the orb the wrong way, and then Silent. This is not Silent, this is definitely Crazy. He's gonna drop to solo. Solo is going to trade his own life for it, but that's going to favor the Batrider in every single respect. He did get the money as well as the experience, or more money as well as experience, and that skyrocketed his gold per minute. Now the Puck is going to be in a little bit of trouble perhaps in this lane. Level 2 versus a level 3 Batrider, and you can see already Puck's going to be aggressed upon once again. Don't expect Solo to stop this anytime soon, and Puck losing the First Blood to the Batrider means that he is that much further away from his bottle, and Puck without a bottle is going to be pretty sad. Solo already does have his. Let's take a look at what Art as well as NS are doing. They're just farming the jungle together. Well, this is definitely breaking the metagame. You would not see this from any other game pretty much ever, and they're going to leave KSI up here as the kind of solo Mirana. She's not getting anything. Like, she's getting a couple of levels, but here comes the pain. That looks like it hurt. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that hurt. KSI can't step up for anything, because if she steps up, then you have Angscourge. She's going to come in, disrupt Soul Catcher, and then she's going to have a face full of Rocket Barrage. Only level 1, but it should be more than enough regardless. And Art as well as NS jungling up together. You know, Lifestealer jungle is not the best. You don't really have that much presence in the jungle, and your gold isn't that best, but now they're going to go for a gank onto Solo. The Firefly immediately, and there's the open wounds. NS, can he land Split Earth? He will miss completely. Solo, though, should still die. The right clicks from Arzard pretty heavy, and the Edict does do it. So the ganking squad from Arzard as well as NS, equalizing the lane 1-1. But that is still the Puck who has not been. He didn't get a solo kill. Batrider got a solo kill, so experience was not split. And they're kind of leaving KSI out to dry. There's really nothing that the Mirana could do about this. This is, you know, pretty much the quote-unquote hard lane Mirana, because even though it is not the bottom lane of the Dire, she is getting pushed back an incredibly far amount. That, of course, is leaving Illidan to farm up this bottom lane. We'll see if 13. Actually, no. These last hit numbers won't be accurate because he's going to be killing Eidolons. So going to be going by gold per minute, where he's sitting at 232. Not too high, actually, as well. There we go, boosted up pretty far, but definitely the Enigma, who could have the luxury of dropping into the jungle for a couple of seconds, having a much better time on that bottom lane. And now OD is going to, of course, have free reign over this mid lane. It is going towards the Batrider still, leading the way in CS as well as in that solo kill that he did pick up. So looking to be very, very powerful in this lane. And now we see another smoke gank from Arzard as well as NS. Can head towards the bot lane this time. They're going to try to go for Enigma, who's almost at his level 6 already. And even though Enigma was in the lane, doesn't mean he can't jungle. Soul Ring is really all you need for either of them. Oh, I've seen this episode before. 5 stacks and Crazy is so very dead. Oh, well, maybe he's going to live. Jumps over the Firefly. Solo does have a flame break and 5 stacks of tar, but no. It's going to be the Puck surviving this time as Arzard and NS take a little bit of a trip through the flames, but they're looking for a Batrider kill right now. They open the wounds. Oh, no, they revealed themselves. There's the salve still active, and it's doing a lot of healing work. Bangscore looking for disruption, gonna land it onto that Leshrac. Arzard as well as NS might have taken a little bit more than they could chew. NS is on the run, getting hit a little bit by his illusions, but should be fine. In the meantime, Puck has picked up an illusion rune, so no more blood onto this mid lane. Did I miss a kill somewhere? No, I didn't. Okay. Right, there was a trade at level 1, so I'm like, why is there so much of a lopsided score? But OD on this bottom lane, 27 for 13 versus the 33 for 5 Enigma. Definitely having an easy time here, but now the Astral Imprisonment spam is going to start. As I said before, it doesn't really matter too much, since even though he has minus 60 intelligence, the Soul Ring will give him mana to do whatever he wants, pretty much at any portion, except if it's a Black Hole. That probably won't work. But the important thing is that Illidan is getting farm. Now, the slightly dangerous thing is that Vangscore is coming around with that Shadow Demon. Not going to find the OD, who has spotted out, I believe, the movement of the Shadow Demon with this ward. I'm not too sure about that. Oh, more aggression on this mid lane where the Dream Coil has already been dropped. Solo is going to break it. There's the Open Wounds and the Split Earth. This time it's going to not hit once again, but Solo is going to get defensively disrupted by Vangscore. Has teleported in. Ars Arc going to pop the rage, and it should be Solo's death regardless. One more right click will do it. Puck will claim another kill. And NS, I mean, he has level 2 Split Earth, but it's still an incredibly difficult spell to land. So you can see how much trouble he's having with that. Granted, it is Solo doing some pretty effective juking. Like, you don't know where this Bat Rider's going. He's going back and forth and ducking and weaving. And even though Leshrac isn't landing the stuns, ultimately it hasn't resulted in them losing a kill yet. So you know what? No harm, no foul. He's gonna miss a couple, but as long as you get the kill, everything is fine. KSI on this top lane. Oh my God! Celebration. 1 CS on KSI. Hallelujah! It's a freaking miracle. This Mirana is gonna start carrying real hard. Okay, speaking of carrying real hard, we might see Crazy throughout the orb. Dread trying to juke back and forth. Uh-oh. Not looking good. That's a level 4 imprisonment, and they're blocking him. There's the Open Wounds. Dread, though, it has a clear path out. They could have blocked him a little bit, but looks like it's not going to matter. Puck gets a killing spree. They're kind of like clumped up here. We expect one of them to circle around and go over here so that the Enigma had nowhere to run, but hell, once again, doesn't matter. Got kill. DMGK. Doesn't matter, got kill. So KSI still in this top lane. Another weakness of the Mirana is the fact that she has incredibly low base damage. Like 52 isn't really what you want to have. And the base damage is, the weakness of the base damage kind of compounded by the fact that her animation is completely horrible. Like if you look at Biz's attack animation, it's like pretty much instantaneous. It's like sniper-esque. Mirana's arrows takes about like 50 minutes to travel in the air, and really low damage. And did I miss a kill? No, did I miss a kill? No, I didn't. But here comes an invisible Puck, instantly gonna get cursed up. They know where he is though. They're throwing everything they can at him. Looks like KSI though still getting warded back. There's really nothing that Mirana could do. He's level 2 Star Storm, level 2 Sacred Arrow. But sticking on this top lane, as Mirana is not going to yield any benefit. You can see he's getting pushed back by the missile. That's level 1 missile, level 3 flat cannon, and KSI is forced all the way back to his tier 3s. There's really zero things that he could do right now. So VP, even though their roaming has been relatively successful, they're completely sacking this Mirana. And Mirana, although the arrow does scale incredibly, it's a decent scaling spell, just because a 5-second stun is always good. I don't know why you would say no to a 5-second stun. They are not going to get any items on this Mirana. Their levels are, pretty restricted as well, and they're giving up a lot of farm to Biz on the other end. So Mirana has to make something happen around the map. 8 minutes is, level 5 Mirana could definitely make stuff happen. I would expect a level 3 Star Storm at this point, but, whatever. If you land an arrow, it doesn't really matter. Mirana now possibly looking for a little bit of aggression, going to go for Ring of Basilius as well as Magic Stick. But once again, the arrow just should not hit. Unless there is a Split Earth set up, this arrow from Mirana is not going to be... It doesn't travel fast enough to hit anyone. It just is not going to happen. KSI might find the Bat Rider here. Solo is actually incredibly weak. This could be a kill. Now it's actually going to be KSI as well as Arzart now. Going to go for the Enigma. Are going to reveal themselves to the Enigma and Dread. Going to hide in the trees. Arrow from KSI is going to be way too late if it is thrown. And the teleportation has already been completed. Dire Eidolon taking the arrow for its master, and Arzart as well as KSI, both of the quote-unquote carries of VP, not really making anything happen. Arzart, to his credit, has had a decent amount of farm actually. Phase boots in with from a 2-man jungle start. That's not too bad. 3 assists will help out in that, but KSI really needs some farm right now. He desperately needs that, because if he doesn't, he's going to be pretty much dead weight to VP. And Rox.Kis, their Enigma, was the one who was in the similar situation as the Mirana, and he's definitely having a good time. Has a buckler, has soul ring tranquils. He's well on his way to his mech, and really, that farm is not going to be stopped anytime soon by VP, even if they do get a kill or two. Because they do have Biz as well as Yol on this top lane, just pushing it out, slow push, and gonna claim a tower, because really VP, if they try to take a fight, it's gonna take pretty much 4 heroes at the minimum. Probably would even take a 5th if they really want to make sure that they get them without any casualties. And really, they would rather just farm, so that tower is pretty much sacrificed. There's going to be a little bit of rotation from Illidan, but really, what could this guy do? He's rushing up a mech, which is a really good defensive item for OD, but it's not going to help you hit any harder. He's going to rely a lot on the levels on his flat values to help him really scale up into this game. And Biz is going to take out the top tier 2 tower. Now Rox.Kis don't really have a huge pushing team. Enigma is the only one who I would really call a pusher. I guess, Keeper Light as well. But still, they have taken out the entirety of the top lane. Dream Coil being dropped onto the Shadow Demon. Instantly, the imprisonment onto the teleportation from Biz. And here comes Art. Gonna open wounds of Biz. Call down is there. However, Split Earth this time gonna land, and Biz explodes. Puck is gonna walk out of there alive, as does NS. He's gonna get out of there with 36 HP. Oh, illuminate! Gonna kill off the Puck. Wasn't even watching the Puck. He did have phase shift, but he just didn't see that one coming. And we have NS gonna limp back. He's gonna be, really happy that he managed to just narrowly dodge death. Dread on this bot lane. Mirana cannot kill this Enigma. Like, as a Mirana, you would think you would be able to, but level 6, you put a point into the Moonlight Shadow, which is a very good skill to level up, by the way. It doesn't cost like 150 mana anymore at level 1. So 75 mana, old Moonlight Shadow would be incredibly expensive, and you wouldn't get it just because the benefits that it give would really prevent you from doing anything else with your mana. But now you want to get it, and of course that's going to mean that the Starstorm and Arrow take a little bit of a hit on their damage, and Mirana, what could Mirana do? She really doesn't do anything. I feel like a Windrunner would have been better for VP in every single respect. A lot easier skills to land. That stun, a lot easier to land, even though shackles are pretty hard to land. It's still a lot easier to land than a Sacred Arrow. They don't have that Moonlight Shadow, which will force Rox.Kis to buy a little bit of detection once the fights start going down, but clearly they already have that detection problem kind of solved. Top lane, Art getting a little bit of farm, probably going to head towards a drum. We see a whole 5-man grouping on this mid lane from Rox.Kis. They want this tier 1 tower dead, and they're going to get it as well. They don't even need Enigma here. This tower is going to drop, but here comes the orb. Possibly they want to defend this. No, Dread going to stun up Illidan. There's the self-disruption. Call down as well as the missile, though, going to hit pretty hard into Illidan. Huge damage. Mech is not available. Tower is down, but the Moonlight Shadow going to save him. Black Hole from Dread only going to catch Arzar, and the lasso really not working together for that. Dream Coil still on 2. Already 1 has dropped. Enigma is going to instantly buy back into this game. Gyrocopter is going to be the next to follow, and VP, have they lost anyone? They have not. OD surviving that with his 4-second self-imprisonment. And everyone else from VP is going to survive as well. So in the end, Rox.Kis, they burn the black hole, but they also burn the lasso on the same target. And at that point, it was only the black hole damage, I guess, which was doing anything. The lasso actually wasn't being sucked into the black hole. So I guess Flaming Lasso is stronger than an incredibly crushing dark matter channeling ethereal vortex from the Enigma. That's a well-made lasso, I'll tell you that. That's a very well-made lasso, because Lifestealer wasn't moving, but Lifestealer escaped. No deaths on this guy. He was stuck with 2 ultimates on him. His rage isn't going to be doing anything in this game, let me tell you that. But he survived regardless. Didn't even use Infest, I believe. There just wasn't enough damage from Rox.Kis. Because the Gyrocopter has gone for the drums, he'll be able to get a little bit of damage. His farm still incredibly high. Everyone's farm from Rox.Kis still incredibly high. But their damage just simply is not there. They needed a large level of Illuminate to fly through, and well, that simply did not come. And the damage from VP, not too high either, just because they're kind of suffering as far as the levels are concerned. But still, it's working out for them so far. Now Vangscore going to find the Puck. This could be a very dangerous situation for VP. Puck wants blood on the Shadow Demon, but he's completely surrounded. He can instead try to go for the Courier. He needs one more hit to do so. There's the Orb. He's going to go for it. One more hit. Not going to go for it. He's instead going to run away from Biz. Eidolon's walling off one of his exits. KSI is around, and Crazy should be fine. No, there's the Flame Break. Going to do a little bit more damage to the Puck. Throw out another Orb. Arrow going to slow down Solar just a little bit more, but the missile is at this point should land. 3, 2, 1. Phase shift. Going to phase that out. But now, where are you going to go? Drop a Dream Coil, try to hide in the trees. Solo should be able to take down Crazy all by himself. Yol as well as Biz are here as well. Rocket Barrage is now in range, but no, he's not going to... What? Where are you... What's call down? Oh, that's because Art is right on top of him, as is Illidan. Where's his ultimate? Not available quite yet. Doesn't have the mana for it. There's the lasso onto Art. Art should be the one to drop. No, there's the defensive imprisonment, and NS going to look for Split Earth. Once again, going to miss. Starstorm not going to hit onto a single damn thing. NS is, though, in the front lines with that Pulse Nova. Only level 1, and he can't really afford to do that because he will just get turned around. And Dread as well as Biz, once again, going to dodge Split Earth. NS is low mana, low health. He's going to die. But Arzart is here with that Infest damage, with the Rage, and it's going to give Illidan a kill. In the end, it is 1-for-1, a carry for a support and VP. Even though they're running the wonkiest of team comps, they are still making things happen, though. Solo, with the bottle charge, is going to restore back up to full health. Puck on the run. There's the Moonlight Shadow, showing its utility up, but the Sentry Wards are there, and the Firefly will kill off the Puck. Sentry Ward is no longer in range, and everyone from VP should just run the hell out of here, because this is not the fight that they want to take. Flame Break will happen and blink forward, as well as a couple of stacks of tar pushing Arzart even further back. Yol, though, Solo, though, I'm sorry, does not have enough damage to kill off this Life Stealer unless he wants to really dive the tower, and that won't be a good idea. Open Wound slowing him down. VP lose 1 on the way out, but really this Mirana showing her utility with that Moonlight Shadow, really helping them out in the mid fight as well as that evacuation attempt on that bottom-ish lane. So Mirana definitely doing a lot of work with that Moonlight Shadow, but picking up 1 hero for that, is it worth it? I'm still not entirely convinced. KSI so far has not had enough of an impact, I feel, for justifying this Mirana over, say, a Windrunner. But we'll see, because Mirana can start to make things happen if he starts landing Sacred Arrows. Fairly big if, but hell, it's an if that might come true. And I hope it does, because maybe Mirana would see some play. Probably not, though. Solo going to spot out Crazy as well as NS, farming up the jungle. And he can actually go for a solo kill on this Puck right now if he wants to. Only level 1 Firefly, actually, so probably not. There's the Firefly being cast, and it's not going to happen. Not sure why he didn't open up with the lasso. I feel like that would have been a lot easier. You can't dodge that. I don't think you could dodge that. You shouldn't be able to. KSI on the sidelines looking for an arrow in, but Yol is sitting very conveniently behind a whole wave of creeps, and he has a Force Staff. Oh my god, Yol has picked up a lot of gold on that top lane push. Really, Rox.Kis, even though they are 4 kills down, the gold earned is in their favor, and experience earned very tight despite being 4 kills down. Their farm is definitely working for them in this game, but so far hasn't yet been able to translate into anything. Biz is sitting at 1600 gold, probably will look towards something like a BKB. That would pretty much nullify 100% of VP's damage output towards him. But then will he do enough damage? I'm not too sure. Maybe a Shadow Blade would be more up his alley. But regardless, we will wait and see what he wants. Everyone from VP gonna roam around the enemy jungle. Ward coverage, pretty decent from both teams, actually, as one of the key wards times out just as KSI reveals his face. But they want blood in this mid lane. Banksword going to reveal himself with a stack of Shadow Poison, as well as that Observer Ward being placed by NS. Looks like they just want to take a tier 1 tower with Edict, level 2, level 3. Yeah, level 3 Edict, they should be able to take this out. Kind of surprising that we see a Pulse Nova level on Leshrac. We might see a fight break out once again. NS, no, Dream Coil going to drop onto only 1. Yol is going to be the target focus. There's a lasso in onto NS. They're going to bring him back, but only level 1 Firefly, not too much damage. There's the Moonlight Shadow from KSI. Arrow, as well as Starstorm, not doing all that much. There's the Black Hole onto 3, but to what end? Illidan going to get pushed in, and there is the death of Arzart as well. KSI is going to be the 3rd to drop. Biz going to get himself a double kill, and Dread with a fantastic Black Hole, catching 3. The damage from Rox.Kis looked to not be there at the beginning of the Black Hole, but then after they realized that the Black Hole hit 3, they really, fired all cannons, fired on all cylinders, and they took down 3 of the core VP heroes. That's going to force them to run. Rox.Kis tied this game up in a very significant way. They're going to even capitalize this further. Going to go for a little bit of a mid lane push, and it is going to be a BKB coming up from that Gyrocopter. So once he has that Lifestealer with the no damage that he has, not going to be doing too much. Puck, of course, not going to be doing anything. Mirana has no damage. She's not going to be doing anything. And OD, although you do have a lot of intelligence, his base damage is actually pretty high. You need that Arcane Orb. You need that Sanity's Eclipse if you're going to be doing damage. And, of course, if you have a BKB on the other end, then that is not going to happen. So VP, what they have to do right now is just sit back and farm. And what Rox.Kis have to do right now with their Enigma pickup, they have to really just go super aggressive onto VP and just try to take them at every single turn. Because if they let VP farm up, then Illidan's going to get big to the point of you can't kill him because he's going to kill your entire team in like 3 hits. The Lifestealer is going to get a lot of farm. The Mirana is going to get a lot of farm. And then, hell, even NS is going to get a lot of farm. VP, their entire team is full of people who can scale into the late game, whereas Rox.Kis, not so much. The Black Hole is fantastic, but it has a very, very large cooldown. If you could land on the entirety of VP, yes, it is a devastating late game spell. But damage from Enigma, very slim. Shadow Demon, kind of the same way. Batrider, starting to get a little bit of damage finally. But, oh, am I seeing a little bit of engagement? Illidan going to spot this incoming gank, and he should be able to make it out. No, there's the imprisonment onto the Batrider. Lifestealer kind of wasting his rage there. Do they actually want to fight? The Split Earth can hit onto Solo. There's Sandy's Eclipse, but the Disruption going to save the Illidan actually from a lot of the damage from the call down. Illuminate not going to hit onto anything, and Illidan is on the run. There's the lasso forward though. Solo's going to bring Illidan back into a whole mess of Rox's heroes, but a self-imprisonment and fast damage doing a lot of damage to Yul, but there's really no damage anywhere from either team really. Illidan trying to make his way out. Shadow Demon will kill off Leshrac, but will be the first one to fall. Illidan now stunned up by the Enigma is going to be the second one to fall. Now the damage is finally coming. Ars Art, oh, but a beautiful 4 or 5 man coil was gonna make enough room for Ars Art to escape, although Batrider still wants more. Gonna blink forward for a flame break, still only level 2 Firefly, so it's not gonna do too much. And so it looks like he will be forced to back on out of there. Both teams kind of suffering in the damage department. And they really need Outward Ashore in the back, just right clicking, but forcing getting the mech first means that OD, he's survived for a long time, which is fantastic, but he's not gonna do that much damage, which is not as fantastic. And now Rox.Kis gonna go for a tier 2 tower push. Looks like it's going to be only a half-hearted attempt as Yul is going to back up, get a little bit more farm on this top lane. That's going to give him another 1,000 Gs. And BKB though is up on the Gyrocopter. VP, their magical burst is pretty damn high. If they land a Dream Coil, land a Puck combination as well as an Eclipse, that is going to be a lot of pain for the Rox.Kis side. Granted, 4 out of the 5 heroes from Rox.Kis are intelligence based, so they're probably going to have comparable, or at least semi-comparable amounts of intelligence to the enemy OD. It means the ultimate's not going to do too much, but Illidan should start to get a little bit of intelligence now. Going for the mech isn't really going to help in that, but hell, he's surviving for a pretty decent amount of time. The items starting to come up a little bit for VP, but really, Rox.Kis still leading the way as far as gold per minute is concerned. Now Biz going to clear off a double ancient stack. He has the BKB. He has another 1,700 gold, and Yul wants blood onto KSI. Solo is here as well. KSI needs to leap out of there, but that is not going to help. Do they have any true sight? Do they have any true sight? They do not. But KSI, he's stuck. Don't move a muscle. Don't go into the Firefly. Oh, don't do that. 57 HP. Do they know? Oh, KSI gonna teleport out, and he sticks the landing. KSI, I mean, that Moonlight Shadow, pretty darn useful, gotta say. Mirana forced to get drums as well. That's the second set of drums for VP. Is it the third set? No, it's only the second set. But 2 stacks of drums. I mean, the aura doesn't stack or anything like that, but it's still a very, very cost-effective item just because it has a bracer in it. And bracers are awesome. Who doesn't love bracers? So really, Mirana so far has been a walking invisibility for the entire team. She's been like a super smoke, and she's really not doing well on the gold per minute chart in any way. But that invisibility, making it a little bit tough for Rox.Kis to really get the fight that they want. Of course, if their team fight does come together, then the invisibility not going to matter because there'll be black holes, there'll be cooldowns, and that kind of AoE doesn't care if you're invisible or not. But yeah, still waiting for Mirana to really show her giant team fight prowess with that ultimate. May or may not come. Hopefully it does come. Blink Dagger is up on the puck. So initiation from both teams is pretty darn strong. It's going to be a lot in the hands of Solo. It's going to be a lot in the hands of Crazy from the VP side as well. Landing a 4-man silence could be absolutely devastating to the Rox.Kis side. They are the kind of team that really needs their spells to land, or their spells to be casted at all. You need the Black Hole, you need the Lasso. Shadow Demon and Keeper of the Light, of course, not very useful without their spells either. Biz is getting to the point where he's not too reliant on the spells, but he's so far gone incredibly defensive thus far. He's relying a lot on the flat values. He's going to take a Split Earth to the face, but now's the Demonic Purge arrow. Going to get dodged, and NS going to get shredded by a level 4 Rocket Barrage. He's like, man, you pick a fight with me, I'm going to make you regret that. Lasso in onto Arzard as well as disruption onto Crazy. Call down is going to land onto the Lifestealer, not do too much damage. Going to mitigate a whole bunch of that. And here comes Illidan. Going to take a huge amount of horse damage right off the bat. And he's going to run away, pop everything he has to try to stay alive. Crazy is on the run from Batrider, Blink Dagger from both sides. Force Staff in 3, 2, 1. Doesn't have any follow-up for this. Arzard in the meantime has hitched a ride with that OD to get on out of there. But in the end, VP, they come in pretty large force out the BKB out from the Gyrocopter, but that's pretty much it. Lose the Leshrac, who tried to pick a fight with the Gyro. Not the best idea. Arrow, you can see once again, was dodged so very easily by the Shadow Demon. Saw it coming from a mile away. I mean, it was a little bit concealed by the shadow of the tree line, but not by that much. Now we might see a Moonlight Shadow initiation right here. Even though OD is level 11, he only has 1 point in that Sandy's Eclipse. Is there any True Sight? Already, we have Silence making everything happen. Not Silent, that is, in fact, Crazy. NS as well as KSI trying to make something happen. The Black Hole has been used onto Arzard, but he got defensively disrupted. KSI taking a large chunk of damage, will be forced to leap on out of there. KSI taking take a large chunk of damage as well. And that's going to be everyone from VP walking on out with their life. Although, Flat Cannon, will be enough to kill off the puck. Illidan trying to do as much as he can, going to get disrupted, dodging the Illuminate from his friendly Split Earth onto 2, will slow him down. Blink forward from Solo, though, completely out of mana. Sandy's Eclipse is going to make sure that the mana will stay low. Blinding Flash going to push KSI as well as Illidan back into this fight. Disruption onto Illidan will buy him a little bit amount of time, but it's not going to be enough for that Rocket Barrage, which will proc and kill off the OD. And VP not looking too good. They only managed to pick up the Keeper of the Light, and really VP's damage is not coming at all. There's no damage from the VP side. And Rox.Kis, even though this Gyrocopter is going very, very heavily into kind of utility survival items with the lifesteal, with the drum, with the BKB, he's not doing much damage either, granted. But the Batrider really is doing a lot of work with the cooldowns. The Enigma with these summons is doing a lot of work. And hell, even the level 4 Shadow Poison is pretty much a huge devastating force on the side of Rox.Kis. And VP, they don't have anything to respond to that. Their flat values just at this point aren't cutting it, and they need someone to be doing the damage. That someone is not going to be the OD. Only has a Force Staff to contribute to his damage. Now level 12, has the level 2 on the Sandy's Eclipse. Roshan is going to be denied by the VP side, and they could want to make another fight. Crazy's initiation right there. I mean, it was pretty good, but KSI and the rest of his team in that invisibility form, they just weren't ready for that. They really need to get the jump on Rox.Kis all at the same time. Now they're going to try to steal what's left of the Roshan. Rox.Kis, they definitely can defend against this. Lasso is up, and they do have the Keeper of Light on their side as well. Arrow going to fly, hit, miss every single person. And Arzar on the front lines, going to get Lasso. No damage though. Dream Coil onto 2. Arzar still taking no damage. NS going to push to the high ground. He will die on his way up there. Illuminate going to fly through, hit hard onto Illidan. Going to Force Staff his way out as well as use that mech charge. And Crazy should be fine. Does have the Lifestealer inside of him. Batrider on the front lines. Once again, Illidan taking a lot of damage, but there's another Force Staff away. Arrow finally going to hit onto something. Solo's going to take that, and he's going to die. And another disruption onto Illidan. He's going to dodge that missile, but he should die. Yes, he will. But he does have the Aegis. Shouldn't matter all too much, actually. Yul is going to bring Solo back in, and Illidan going to get Force Staffed out. Flame Break. And what? This miscommunication from Rox.Kis has kind of been embarrassing. Arrow going to hit onto Biz. Might be enough to kill him off. KSI does have enough to actually leap out of there. And Illidan still fighting pretty hard. Solo might be in a little bit of danger. One more right click will do it. The tower shots will finish him off. Batrider is going to fall, diving very deep for that OD kill, which they did not manage to take. You know, really, I feel like this game is coming down to Disruption and Astral Imprisonment. They're all being casted on the VP side, and that means a lot of Rox.Kis stuff is missing. Have you ever noticed that in those fights? Now, I kind of like saw them, but I didn't realize it was happening. There's a lot of spells that make you invulnerable to everything. You can't attack, of course, but that is not really doing too well for Rox.Kis. A lot of spells are being dodged by VP, whether intentionally or unintentionally by that. And, well, this is going to cut into their damage output, but Biz is getting a lot of farm still. Is leading the way very, very firmly in the gold per minute department. Sitting at 4.4k, has a haste rune. He's going to spot out NS and just going to book it on out of there. Phase boots even? Why the hell not? Sometimes you got to phase as well as have max moon speed. 14 to 11, let's take a look at how the gold earn is showing. Not surprisingly, Rox.Kis firmly in the lead there, and experience showing a very, very similar result as well. VP simply are not getting the farm that they need to actually stay competitive in these fights. and Rox.Kis, they are putting a decent amount of aggression onto the entirety of VP. They've been taking very good fights thus far, at least small picks that at worst you could call even for Rox.Kis, and really that's what they have to do. They have to start chipping them away, take down the rest of the tier 2 towers. They have all of their own tier 2 towers, as well as a tier 1 even, this top lane, standing firm. Last objective for Rox.Kis should be the tier 2 on the mid lane, which they could take fairly easily, I feel. They do have the pushing power with the Enigma, who has gone for only one level of Black Hole. I mean, if you look at it, it's not that great to scale. You get a little bit more damage, which no one actually uses Black Hole for. I mean, it does definitely help, but it makes the mana cost higher. 10-second cooldown reduction is not significant. I don't know. It might be worth it. Getting Midnight Pulse, which is like the worst skill in the game. But, I don't know. 1 point Black Hole, where he could have pretty much almost maxed out. I said Midnight Pulse is the worst skill in the game. I only say that because no one actually sets up the Midnight Pulse when you Black Hole, so most times it's not actually used to any great effect. If you keep someone in one spot for a very long time, then it does a lot of damage, but the idea is to lay down the Midnight Pulse, then Black Hole on top of them, but that never lands. If you could land a Black Hole and keep everyone in, if you could land a Midnight Pulse and keep everyone in the same area, like with a Dream Coil or something, then it's a fantastic seal. It does a ton of damage, but it just never is casted effectively at all. So, I guess you could say that it's the usage that makes it weak, but I don't know, I feel like it needs a little bit of a rework. That is my personal opinion on Midnight Pulse. Biz is going to get even more farm. Does have a butterfly flying out to him? Yes, he does. And completed butterfly on this gyrocopter. Let's take a look at some net worth values. If I could find the button, I never could remember where net worth is. It is Y. Because why not? Gyrocopter leading very, very far ahead against either of those carries from VP, Lifestealer, or the OD. The OD does have a Mystic Staff, should be going for a Sheep. That won't really help him because BKB is already up in the gyro, and now he's going to be doing a lot of damage with this butterfly, lifestealing as well. Bottom lane is going to be pushed out from VP, but I'm not sure if they could actually take a fight if Rox.Kis decide to defend this fully. And smoking up, they do want to defend this. Even Keeper the Light has, does he have more than the OD? It feels like he does, but he doesn't. Smoke up, and this is going to be initiation onto NS. Observer Ward will not help them here. Where is Purple going? Solo, that is using the Firefly already? Really? You're going to tell them where you are like that? I guess there's no surprises here. He's going to just initiate very quickly upon no one. There's the Purge onto Lifesteal, but everyone is invisible. There's the OD ultimate, then the Black Hole as well. Biz is going to go to town onto Illidan. No disruption to save him this time. Puck is also going to drop. In the meantime, Batrider is the only one to drop on the Rox.Kis side. Biz is going to do as much damage as he can to that Lifestealer, but Lifestealer so far very, very tanky. In the jungle, in the meantime, Yol going to go 1v2. Dreg going to blink forward for that mech. Yol hiding in the corner. Does he have anything left? No, he does not. KSI is going to find himself a double kill, but Biz is there with the Rocket Barrage. Going to find himself a triple kill. Now NS on the run. The Black Cannon is going to give an ultra kill? What? It says double kill, but I heard ultra kill. Maybe I'm tripping balls. But in the end, not surprisingly, Rox.Kis, even using a one-man Black Hole, was more than enough to kill off VP because they don't have enough damage. That Moonlight Shadow really working well for VP. Gotta say, that is the only reason why they managed to take any sort of kills in that fight, because Rox.Kis, they had Batrider lead the way with Firefly, which they saw. And if you see Firefly without a Batrider, then, well, there's only a couple things that could be happening, guys. And that Moonlight Shadow meant that VP could get out of the position that Rox.Kis wanted them to be in, and that really let them take a couple of kills, which is something that no other hero can really bring to the table. But at the same time, they didn't have any damage to actually capitalize on that, because Mirana doesn't have anything. She's not going to get anything for a long time. Actually has a good amount of gold, but from that double kill, but really needs a little bit more than that. OD still very poor after that Mystic Staff purchase, and Lifestealer does have a Basher on the way. What the hell? Come on. How do I English too hard? And they might actually catch out Biz. and S going to cut through the trees. It's something Biz did not expect. Going to take Split Earth straight to the face. Silence as well. Needs to pop with the BKB and teleport, but he doesn't have that on cooldown. They're just going to chase Biz down. You have to stand and fight. Call down is going to slow them both down. Biz is going to take an arrow. KSI finally landing an arrow when it counts. Gyrocopter's mega kill gonna get given up to NS. Lots of gold in that Leshrack's pocket, and Biz, unfortunately for him, did not have the teleportation scroll on cooldown. BKB TP would have been a guaranteed escape, but that instead is going to be a very, very important high-value kill for VP, who are still fighting pretty much as hard as they could possibly can in this game, despite the now 14,000 and 12,000 gold and experience advantage for the Rox.Kis side. Still very, very difficult for VP to push in against this Keeper of the Light, the stacked Keeper of the Light as well. A rod of Atos and Force Staff. Would not be surprised to see something like a Boots of Travel come up, followed by a Hex Stick. I mean, this Yolo guy is doing pretty well. Arrow though, oh what? He just went right through it. Solo's gonna blink forward, looking for a lasso onto anyone he can find. Gonna find NS. Do they have True Sight? They know where he is because of that lasso, and they will be able to burst him down. Not sure if they had True Sight. Yes, they do. Gem of True Sight is picked up on the Shadow Demon. No more Moonlight Shadow shenanigans from VP unless they kill off the Shadow Demon, which isn't too high in order. But still, they will have to worry about that lack of initiation or lack of escape coming from the Mirana now. So 19 to 14, Rox.Kis still very, very firmly ahead in this game. Both teams, though, continue to farm up. Yasha is up on Mirana, will help her do a little bit more damage. It really it's the movement speed that will help her out the most. OD needs more farm. Has found only 1,000 gold since I last checked up on him. Basher, in the meantime, has been finished by Ars Art. And he will probably try to translate that into an Abyssal Blade if he can find the money, but good luck finding the money. His net worth kind of struggling. Gold per minute is right in the middle of the pack, not where you want to be as a life stealer. Bash will definitely help versus the Gyrocopter, but that evasion is going to make things difficult for the life stealer to actually kill the Gyro. You can see on that top lane gank on the Gyrocopter, they were wailing on him, but that evasion, as well as the high armor, really making it difficult for the VP side to cut through this Gyrocopter. Everyone's going to move down to the bot lane. Looks like they're going to... No, there's just a good amount of split pushing from VP, making sure that they're holding everyone from Rox.Kis back away from their base. Rox.Kis probably just waiting to get a little bit more farm, wait for this Roshan to come up, and then they're going to make an aggressive act. And the Gyrocopter is still farming the fastest on the map. But they're gonna have to, if they wait for too long, then OD is going to get really big. And it's still a long way off. They still have a lot of time. But they should start looking towards, taking some Raxes and actually solidifying their win. This VP, although they are massively behind, unless Gyro pulls out a Divine Rapier if they do get ahead VP, then VP should be able to just turtle up and farm. Batrider once again popping off that Firefly a little bit early with the haste rune. He's going to find Arzart. Where's the lasso? There it is. Gonna drag him very, very far back into his team. Demonic Purge gonna slow him down. Where's the damage? Let's see how much damage they can do. There's more than enough, I'd say, with that Soul Catcher curse up on that life stealer. A minute down, and Roshan, there is up. A very poor time to lose your life stealer. Biz going to shred that one down. Probably gonna drop some drums and pick that one up. Do they have drums? I don't think they do. I mean, that aura is small. It's not too big. Roshan not even going to be contested by VP, and Biz has sold the drums, is going to find an Ancient Immortal. Double life is up on Rox.Kis. They did not use much at all in order to kill that Lifestealer, and they still do have another 30 seconds where the Lifestealer is out of commission. That means they're going to go for a bottom lane push, try to get that set of Raxes. Full army of Eidolons is up with VP. This right here is their hand being forced. Last time, they managed to snatch the Aegis as well as get out of there, although they did lose the Aegis shortly after. This time, Biz is the one with the Aegis, and he's right on the front lines with the flat cannon. Gonna have some missiles being sent out as well. Disruption gonna slow him down. Arrow gonna set up. No, it's gonna miss a little bit. Biz gonna get hit with a split earth. Not enough damage though. Blink forward from the Batrider is going to catch KSI. Gonna kill him off immediately despite a two-man Dream Coil. Now open wounds onto Biz, gonna pop off his BKB. The gem is still up. Banks are gonna spot everything out, and the tower is slowly gonna drop. Batrider stuck in a corner, doesn't have any escape. He will die to the Lifestealer. There's the imprisonment. Dread going to get a one-man black hole onto Puck, not doing too much damage. Biz gonna get chain stunned down. Needs to attack something. Gonna kill off NS. No, the Ghost Scepter will keep him alive. Aegis though, gonna pop off solo. Does not have any spells up quite yet. Gonna have to Firefly very, very shortly. Keeper Light Blast will fly through and hit KSI very, very hard. If he releases it, will not hit anything actually. Another imprisonment onto Dread, and Illidan's going to work him down. It's 3 down for Rox.Kis. 4 down for Rox.Kis. And where is Biz? He is nowhere to be found. He's already bailed. They managed to take down the tier 3, but VP defend. They defend with so many chain stuns, so much control on their side, slows, imprisonments, split earths, arrows even starting to hit. They managed to defend, albeit barely. Very, very barely. They did lose the age. They took out, you know, essentially 5 heroes worth of kills right there. That's going to give Illidan his Hex, and this is exactly what I was talking about. VP, they're very, very far behind, but you can't count them out just yet. They're still getting a decent amount of farm, not comparable to the Gyrocopter or the Enigma, but if Black Holes only hit onto one hero, then it really doesn't really matter. I mean, yes, they did take out the Puck from that for that a good amount of time, but other than that, there's no damage. You need to have the Gyrocopter and all the Rox.Kis spells working in tandem if you actually want to use the Black Hole effectively. Black Hole's on 1, which is pretty much what we've been seeing only thus far this game. Is not going to cut it. And I desperately hope that we're not going to have to wait another 7 minutes for another Roshan, because I don't want to sit here and wait while these two teams farm. That's boring. I want to see blood. I want to see blood all over the place, a lot of it, and I don't think that's going to happen. They're going to farm. Oh my god. I mean, it's what you got to do. It's really what you have to do. If you are in such a tight situation like this, 40 minutes into the game, you need to just make sure that you have every single advantage possible before you put yourself at risk. Because one poor fight and your game is lost. You lose the game. And obviously no one wants to lose the game, so they're going to wait until they get any advantage that they can. And the most tangible advantage, besides Rax's, which is incredibly risky to try to get, you can see that on the bottom lane fight, is that Roshan. And Roshan is on a 10-minute timer. So we're going to have to wait here for that Roshan to come up. In the meantime, both teams are just going to farm their asses off. And that's going to be it. Biz is going to run to NS, possibly Observer Ward, going to spot out the movement of Yul, and I think got a glimpse of Biz as well. But KSI, still not getting anything. Double damage, he's not hitting as hard as anyone, really. Actually, he's doing a decent amount of damage, but Gyrocopter is doing just a little bit more. I'd say 601 gold per minute will make you do a little bit more damage. 3,700 gold in the bank. Can go for Satanic if he wants to. Or is what it's going to be. He does still have an open slot. Probably a TP scroll. Smoke up from Rox.Kis. I would like to thank Rox.Kis formally on behalf of every caster everywhere to prevent boring farm fests. Because no one wants to see 40 minutes of people farming. We want to see smoke gangs, and that's exactly what we're going to see. Unfortunately, VP are a little bit too smart for this. They see that everyone's missing on the map. They know that if they're not smoked up, then Biz is farming somewhere, and they should be able to see that. But they are not going to be fooled. They're just going to chill as far back into their base as they possibly can, and Rox.Kis are going to just take a tour of the map. Gotta familiarize yourself with the map. Get a pop up the Firefly. There is no one to be found. Unfortunately for them, they don't know that. So it's going to be Rox.Kis still with the map control. Do still have a couple of tier 2 towers up. Someone has to go down to this bot lane and deal with this. It's going to be Yul. More gold for this Keeper of the Light. Where are you going, Yul? What the hell was that? He's gonna bring the Gyrocopter back. Maybe the Gyrocopter wants to farm. Oh yeah, Biz is like, yo, Keeper, old man, get the hell out of here. This is my farm. You go push something else. I'm down here. I'm pushing this. Killing the entire creep wave in like 2 hits. Biz doesn't even care. Gonna farm up everything. 2,500 is up on the Keeper of the Light, so I do expect to see him saving for that Mystic Staff. Possibly a Shiva's would be pretty good. Although, if you could hex the OD, then he's gonna be in Sad Town. Shadow Demons. Just gonna spot out a little bit of everything, and Firefly, a little bit of Firefly wall being created by this Bat Rider. But it looks like we're just in for the long haul, guys. Gonna sit back and try not to say anything to burn out my voice. Of course, that's incredibly boring. No one wants to see a game where nothing is happening. Abyssal Blade is up on the Lifestealer, so he'll be able to lock down this Gyrocopter even through that BKB. Bash as well as that Abyssal Blade guaranteed stun will help incredibly well. And then at that point, Biz should get locked down pretty hard. Already in that top lane engagement was locked down really hard, despite the fact that he had his BKB. He's had it for a long time, long enough so that it's been dropped down to 5 seconds. Oh, we might see a fight now. Everyone get your popcorn. Everyone get your... Where are you going, Courier? Okay, gonna use the enemy secret shop to get a Satanic. Why not? And now Gyrocopter is pretty damn hard to kill, unless you could chain stun him. And you know what? You know who's pretty good at chain stunning? You know what hero has a really long stun? I don't know. Not too sure about that one. I'm pretty sure that someone on VP has a good chain stun if they could land it. Good luck landing it. The bottom lane push is going to be the option that Rox.Kis is going to take right after that Satanic pickup. They don't have an Aegis, and last time they pushed in with an Aegis, but they do have a Refresher Orb Enigma. Still only level 1 in that black hole. I guess it will help out the Refresher Orb a little bit. The Moonlight Shadow has been used and wasted. Arrow gonna hit onto Solo. Everyone defend this Batrider. He is stunned and confused, but he's gonna be completely fine. And he's gonna Tranquil boot up, and he's gonna be just fine. 45 minutes of gameplay, and we're not seeing anything happening unless we push in right now. Oh. Ugh. You disgust me. Yeah. Rox.Kis still very firmly ahead. If they could take Raxes, they can. Well, pretty much that'll be the final nail in the coffin for VP. But if VP defend, they could start taking some tier 2s. VP are really far behind, guys. Like, really far behind. Here we go, here we go. Batrider is back in this game. Go, go, go. And here we are. Creep Wave to lead the way. VP don't really have huge tools to defend. Are you kidding me? Tactical pause. Napoli. Taktichskaya. Gotovi. Knopi Ibani. Rox.Kis with the shit talk. I have no idea if that's shit talk or not. I'm assuming it is. I'm just gonna say it is for amusement's sake. Arrow. Gonna hit. Dread not even moving. And a lasso is going to catch KSI. No mana spells at all for you, but no, 3-man Dream Coil and with Arts are in there as well. Stun onto Dread. Needs to get that black hole off. Going to catch one only. Going to catch the second one, but he got knocked out because of the flame break. Solo, what are you doing, man? Illidan sitting there at barely any HP, but Biz, with that Satanic open, is going to just completely clean up everyone. Raxes have been taken in the meantime as well. Yul, Dread, as well as Solo, going to try to finish off this puck. Not going to be in time. The Blink will let the puck escape safely. But mid lane, bottom lane, I'm sorry, has been taken. They really want this puck dead. Wow, they really are not messing around right now. Are they really? They could just take the range Raxes really easily, but hell, black hole catching two with, despite the second layer of miscommunication from Rox.Kis. I mean, the OD was in the black hole. You don't want to push him out, guys. You don't want to do that. Regardless, Rox.Kis do take a set of Raxes. Or a barracks. Not quite a set. Keeper of the Light with Heaven's Halberd and Outworld Destroyer. No BKB in sight. So, it's looking pretty good for Rox.Kis. Even though their fights have been pretty mediocre, hell, it doesn't even matter because they're still getting the objectives. They're getting Roshans, they're getting Raxes, and VP, they're simply not putting out enough damage. They don't have enough on the front line, despite 3-man Dream Coils with Lifestealer Bombs, despite stuns onto the Enigma. They simply do not have enough at this point to defend against this oncoming onslaught from Rox.Kis. Keeper of the Light is incredibly stacked. He has 1700 HP. He is so tanky. Is he tankier than... No, he's not. 1748. No, he's not the most tanky, but he's pretty damn bulky right now. He has, I was gonna say more health than life, so he might have more. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. That would be a little bit too baller, I think. Roshan, though, is finally gonna resurrect, and no, Biz, you don't want to be there. Keeper of the Light, you better pull him out right now. Biz doesn't have a TP scroll. Doesn't have a TP scroll. Time to go man mode onto Biz, Abyssal Blade, as well as the Hex, and Biz is gonna die. Does have a buyback, which is instantly gonna use, and then get yanked in by the Keeper of the Light. All part of the plan. They're going to sacrifice the Gyrocopter, force out a lot of gold from him in order to get the double life. The plan from Rox.Kis is coming together. Cheese is up, as is the Aegis. Who's going to get the cheese? Probably Aegis onto Dread? No, Aegis on cheese onto Dread, and Arrow not going to hit onto anything. But now the mid lane is the next target for Rox.Kis. Let's see if they can make it happen this time without losing a ton of people. Let's see. I think the big question is, can Dread land a black hole on more than one guy. He has 2 of them. He has 2 black holes in 30 seconds, he will. And if he could land it on one person each time, then I'm going to count that as a victory, because so far the black holes have been, except for this one over here, which has been pretty damn good, it's been a little bit less than stellar. Biz going to get hexed up immediately, as well as that OD ultimate, but there's no damage. He's going to survive. He does have the Aegis, even if he doesn't go down right here. Lasso is going to cover him, and that's going to be 1 down on each side so far. Arzark going to get List on onto Biz. BKB being used, as well as Satanic. He's going to fight this one out with the life there. He's going to use the call down, going to lose the Aegis. A little bit of a mistake, I would say, from the gyrocopter, but it doesn't matter because he's going to revive just to take an arrow to the face from KSI. Batrider, although, with Dread, going to lock down Illidan. He's going to be the next one to drop. And VP going to get stunned on, going to get KSI stunned. Leap away was going to get Mirana stuck. Don't move, Mirana. Don't move. And Arzark going to find a regen rune. Are you kidding me? And he's going to like restore like pretty much all the way to full health. No, turn off the armlet. Turn it off. Turn it off. You're losing HP. Well, okay, I guess he's fighting the regeneration rune because he can. I don't know why he still has it on. He would have been at full health by now, but he's going to go strong onto solo where another arrow has landed, actually. Batrider going to instantly buy back into that game. But Biz is still alive. Missiles incoming. And they better not fall back for another Roshan right now. Just go for the Raxes. Bottom lane almost completely destroyed by that wave of super creeps. And Dread does have a black hole available. Last time only casted a 1. There's the Abyssal Blade onto Biz. I like that new particle effect. There's the black hole. Gonna catch 2, as well as the lasso onto Arzark. Gonna drag him right into the middle of the black hole. That's only level 1 black hole, mind you. Still, that's gonna take out the Lysa regardless, though. Now NS on the run. KSI trying to do what he can, but he's not doing anything. His flat values simply are not going to cut it right now. There's the blink forward from the puck. Going to get a 4-man silence as well as a 3-man dream coil. Dread going to take an arrow to the face like a champ, but the call down as well as the damage from Biz. He's hexed up and he's taking a lot of damage. He's actually going to drop from this. Doesn't have buyback for another 2 minutes. So VP, they hold their racks once again thanks to the hex sticks. They're going to keep chasing down solo as well as the Shadow Demon. Blinding Light going to push them all back as well as the Illuminate. Oh my god, Mirana almost got her face smashed off. Not what you want to have happen, but arrow. Here we go. Oh, that ogre. Didn't see it coming. Poor guy. Oh, wait, there's a fight going on. Crazy, as well as Vang score. This should be a kill for the puck, as it is. Lots of hex stakes on VP and a 5-second BKB charge, really making things difficult for the gyrocopter to actually live. But, yeah, it's still an incredibly close game despite the gold and experience graph. You can see VP pulling it back just a little bit, but they still have so much stuff in the way of their victory. If they could lock down the gyrocopter and kill him, that's fantastic, but they can't do it. They have Black Hole, Lasso to deal with. The Abyssal Blade proving to be one of the most useful tools on the VP side, the only thing that they have that can go through that BKB. And OD is going to pick up a Hyperstone, so he wants to do a little bit more damage, and he's hitting like a truck as long as the BKB isn't up, and as long as he isn't being disarmed and, you know, lassoed and black holed. So if all that comes together, man, then it's fine. Then he's going to kill everything. But if any of that doesn't come together, then he's just going to get, you know, like 3 orb shots out and then die. It's the rough life that you live when you pick an OD. Very, very reliant on items, but he's very, very fragile because of items in the same sense. He is shut down very easily. He needs a lot of gold, and, well, I mean, he could dominate a lane, definitely, but I don't know. Heaven's Halberd picked up by the puck. Even more lockdown for this gyrocopter. Pops off his Satanic, expecting to go to full health. No, can't do that. You're not going to attack anyone. So now we have a push from VP. This could be their attempt to win the game. This is the lane of super creeps, but they have a very sizable wave of creeps with them as well. If they take a good fight, one good fight is all they need to plow through and take a set of Raxes, try to even things up. But it looks like it's not going to happen. Gem should be up on both sides. Yeah, Gem is up on the Keeper. And Yo going to fire off an Illuminate just as a warning shot. I don't think they were warned, but maybe it's going to be a smoke. That smoke. If I click on him, it's an MKB. KSI might actually be doing some damage now. Ladies and gentlemen, MKB on Mirana. Good item. She has a decent amount of attack speed right now. And if you could get those mini stuns out, then that'll really piss off the entirety of Rox.Kis, definitely. And it'll also do damage, right? Besides the fact that it pisses the enemy team off, you also want to do damage. I would recommend doing so. Okay, but we're gonna see another 10-minute sit back and do nothing fest. Oh, smoke gank. Rox.Kis want blood. Successful fight right now will win Rox.Kis the game. A successful fight for VP will get them a set of tier 2s. They're all gonna head up towards the top lane where they're going to run into the Puck. Oh, that's not where you want to be, Puck. That's not where you want to be. Gonna orb out, but the lasso takes no prisoners, and Puck cursed up, gonna die. Arrow gonna get absorbed by Biz. Now gonna go straight for Illidan. Damage is not there. Force yourself in prison. Dread looking for a black hole, going to find it onto just one. They want Illidan, and they're gonna get him. By God, that's the last thing they do. Biz still in the middle of everything, still at full HP. The Ghost Scepter from the Leshrac not gonna help them at all. The invisibility from Mirana starting to run out of mana leak time, and that's gonna be it for KSI. Standing in one place, accepting his defeat, and after 55 minutes of farming, Rox.Kis are gonna take this game after such a messy game, like incredibly messy. Like I have to get some bounty and clean this game up because it's everywhere where I don't want to be. But VP tap out. They simply did not have enough farm to keep up with Rox.Kis, and even though their team fights were a little bit less than spectacular, VP with no damage simply, what are you gonna do? Maybe VP next game are going to try a little bit of something more more conventional, like not Mirana and not double jungle lifestealer. But hey, for science, right? Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed it, like, subscribe. If you did not, then let me know why. Otherwise than that, GG. I hate long games.